I'm gonna just address the elephant in the room tonight. We're going to vacate the AEW World Heavyweight Championship as well as the Trios Championships, and then there's going to be a bunch of tournaments and qualifiers and everything like that, man. So we just crowned a new AEW World Champion 2-time. We just crowned the first ever Trios Champions, and just that fast, all within a weekend, not even a weekend's time, 2 days time, we got to crown all new champions all across the board. Too cold. I know we heard that there would be possible suspensions. We heard that Tony Khan and CM Punk had a meeting yesterday about either a future suspension or if CM Punk was to leave, how they'd go about leaving and addressing that situation. Now that we, for at least the time being, knows how AEW and Tony Khan's handling the situation, what are your thoughts? Are you shocked? Are you not shocked? Man, what's on your mind?
I'm shocked because, again, like you just said, we just crowned new trios and a new AEW champion. What's good, Leo?
What up, Leo?
So, yeah, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect vacancies to be happening. But obviously, whatever happened, man, there's a lot, man, that we got to say, man. There's so much that needs to be said, but to try to just sum this up so we can catch up with the show and stuff, man. It's a shock. I didn't see vacate titles coming. I figured maybe he'd give people a couple of weeks of suspension, then it'll come back. But you still got other titles, you still got other people, so you can still, you could still put on a show. You still had MJF come out. He could have still did his promo and talked his talk. You weren't missing there. Yeah, that's not good there, Leo. But that's what makes it even more interesting, because on one side people are looking at it like, oh my God, this is the disaster of AEW. They're falling apart. And then you got other people like, folks, calm down. This is a work. All right, they're working the shit out of you.
Yeah.
It makes you question why the Young Bucks won it, but I kind of think I know the answer to that question, because obviously they wanted to be the first ones to win it, which could have started an issue amongst other people. Because again, I thought the Elite should be in the finals, but I didn't think they should have won it. So, I kind of am on that fence there. But as far as Punk, if it was his, I don't know, man. It's weird with Punk, man, because was it the backstage brawl? Was it the words and what he said when he was being asked the questions that Tony Khan was sitting right there listening to him being asked? What exactly?
So I would have
go ahead.
I would have to think that fuck the words, right? I would think the bigger issue at hand will be the ramifications and the legality of the situation that happened backstage. I mean, anytime there's physical involvement, this is a non-sanctioned thing, right? And there are multiple people. You got the Bucks, you got Omega, you got a whole bunch of other people who weren't even necessarily in the situation added to it. And you talk about chair shots, you talk about black eyes, you're talking about, the police get involved and things of that nature. I think once those reports got out, you had no choice but to, use some type of disciplinary action, because it's one thing to know that, people not getting along in the locker room. But when your employees is out here beating the shit out of each other and it's national news, you kind of got to go ahead and you got to make an example out of somebody, man. So, yeah, I didn't expect both titles to be vacated. I did expect some type of suspension or whatever, but this is definitely a little. This is, I think, more than what anybody expected.
Yeah, very much so. And negative and positive. I mean, like I said, and definitely negative, because people are looking at like, oh, look at it. He took the titles off, all of them. Tony Khan don't know what he's doing, and then he just put new trios championships on Lucha Bros, which we gonna get into that, but and I feel some type of way about that. And I'm really mad because I don't want to feel some way about that because of who the Lucha Bros and Death Triangle is. But keeping it on Punk and the Young Bucks. And Omega. That just goes. I hope that. Well, I don't hope, man, because people are gonna think the way people think. But I just wish that people would not just look at the one negative thing, and the one negative thing is people feel like it's Punk, and it's like I mean, yeah, man, Punk is controversy. Yeah, he doesn't really hide his words. He speaks his mind, and I think the only difference is he says what he says up front. CM Punk said something. Where with other people, and I said this on the other day show, you don't know that you say, well, it was heard by third party. Well, somebody had to say somebody had to say something to somebody, and then that somebody either was the person that's doing the reporting, or they had to say it to somebody else that went to say it to somebody else. Either way it go, something got out. So I don't think he's just making stuff up. Like, that's the thing about it. There's been too many other little things, not that doesn't have anything to do with him, but that has to do with them, the elite, to where, it's like, yo, no, because we've been hearing these little rumbles about the elite and how they run things and what they want to do and how they're, and who they're willing to push over and who they're not. So you've been hearing that from them too. The only difference is nobody's directly come out about it, and you don't hear them talking shit about him like you hear him saying what he's saying about them. So I think that's really the only difference, man. It's all about transparency, man. We know what Punk is saying because we hear him saying it. We see him saying it. But we got to take everybody else's from third party.